Welcome to Film Bluffs, a place for free-range, non-GMO, dog water opinions. So come on in, take a seat, and let's make fun of the kid with no internet.
What's up, America, and one or two UK listeners based on our analytics? Welcome back to another spooky episode of Film Bluffs. Today, Ghostbusters. Say hi, Trace and Marshall. That's not how you say hi.
One sec. Bring it here. No, bring it here.
Hi.
You asshole. Hi, Marshall.
Who are you going to call?
Film Bluffs.
Boast. Gus, I'm going to kill you.
Hey. Audience, we didn't really rehearse that, so you can just see our improvisational growling from that. How's everybody been? If you guys haven't seen, we have a new layout here. We decided that
we had one last week,
Jobe
but the audio fucking sucked.
Couldn't be relied. The poor editor, who's now me, had to toil for long hours to rectify what the mess was last week. So we decided to go with this outlook and change Jobe in Trace's room. I think that's not really like super important to this. I think that's just kind of a recreational thing. But hey, now they're together and I'm over here.
Not like that.
Just across the pond.
True.
Oh, you're British, ain't he?
So, great time. We watched Ghostbusters.
Oh, fuck.
Yep.
Oh. Wait, which ones did you watch?
You watched the 2016 one, right?
The one with what's
No,
her...
you can't.
with Chris Hemsworth?
I asked you about this.
And
No, shut up.
Leah Michelle or something, whatever her name. Aha!
No, we watched the 1984 one.
True.
The one with Bill Murray, although Bill Murray is in all of them, at least in some capacity.
Yeah.
Not in the Ghostbusters musical.
Is there a Ghostbusters musical?
Not yet.
No, but if there was one, he wouldn't be there.
Theater kids are the worst. They would make that.
Yeah.
Oh, we should watch Caddyshack.
Caddyshack was fun.
Anyway.
Because it's... Okay, I already stipulated that I find Bill Murray as young Bill Murray in a lot of his movies does Bill Murray.
Yeah,
you say that like it's a negative.
He's like
it's not a negative, but it's like
he's that generation's Ryan Reynolds. Basically, he plays the same characters in pretty much everything.
Right. There's some movies that I'm like, oh look, that's Captain America or whoever. But this time I'm like, oh look, there's Bill Murray, and then the whole time I'm like, that's Bill Murray, and they're like, hey, Peter Venkman. I'm like, oh shit, that's his fucking name.
Stripes is pretty good.
Murray.
But Bill Murray in Caddyshack is
Bill Murray.
But in the military, it's all what if Bill Murray was X? It's the Bill.
No, Caddyshack.
multiverse.
Bill Murray is completely insane.
It's the Bill Murray
What
verse.
if Bill Murray fucking died but came back again? You know, it's the same.
He
thing.
did.
But it's still a fun movie. Let's not get it twisted here. I'm not gonna go.
What if Bill Murray was a hedgehog?
Recently viewed Ty Burrell.
What?
Trace was looking up Mr.
stuff.
Peabody and Sherman earlier.
I don't know why I was looking up Ty Burrell.
Why the fuck, Mr. Peabody?
Oh no, I've been watching Modern Family recently.
Nah, I think he's trying to go way back. Anyways, let's cut this. Marshall.
I'm not cutting it.
It's too much work.
It's too much work. Just eviscerate everything that came before.
And then why haven't you done this, huh?
Because they never.
Fucking editing.
I never get the audio files. Okay.
What? The dairy.
Anyway, let me tell you, the listeners at home, a brief summary of the movie. Although, if you haven't watched Ghostbusters, what the fuck have you been doing this whole time?
I haven't watched Ghostbusters.
What are you doing, Freya?
You haven't watched it in years.
Stop.
I watched it today.
Back up.
And you watched it today.
You're a dog. Learn how to back up.
No, stop talking to your dog. You're interrupting me.
No.
So Ghostbusters. It's about a couple of guys up to no good, started causing trouble in my neighborhood. They go to the library to find a ghost.
Mom got scared.
She turned out to be real, and they punch her and get fucked up. They go back to the college only to find their grants expired, and now they gotta find a new place to run experiments. How about this old firehouse?
Are you still trying to do this in like a music sequence or?
Shut up.
Causing trouble in the neighborhood.
I want to.
Anyway, they take out a couple of mortgages. They buy or they start renting an old firehouse, and from there they open their new business as Ghostbusters. If you're seeing something creepy crawly in the night, call them and they will fucking capture the ghosts. It's right there in the name.
No, bust a ghost.
It starts off. Business is slow. Sigourney Weaver's their only customer for a while, but then they start getting more customers, and hijinks ensue as we see them unload their laser cannons into walls and ghosts and tables and chandeliers and a maid. Yeah, and then they go.
Sorry.
And then.
You okay?
He's winded. He talked for 3 seconds.
As business. What are you doing? As business picks up, they hire Ernie Hudson. I think he was supposed to be Eddie Murphy, but then Eddie Murphy dropped out, and then they were like, I don't know what to do with him. Anyway, the EPA comes in and they're all like, you can't house ghosts here. You don't have the proper permits. So they shut it down, which releases all the ghosts. And at the same time, all these ghosts showing up, it makes Sigourney Weaver get possessed and Rick Moranis, who was in this movie. And then they fuck, and that creates Gozer, the Gozerian, Gozer the Traveler, the Destroyer, all this other shit. But the Ghostbusters are like, don't worry, now that we've defeated the EPA, we're on the case. And then they get over there, and then they go up there, and they're like, Gozer! Fuck off. But then Gozer says, no. And becomes Big Marshmallow, picks up the train and throws it back down. And then the Ghostbusters cross the streams. Marshmallow blows up. The end. Good movie.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I was watching this movie, got to the end of it, and I'm like, man, that was an hour and 45 minutes where, like, not a lot happened, really. It's a lot of setup, and then it just happens as a movie. You know what I'm saying, guys?
But a funny movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, but, like, not a lot happened.
I don't know what you're talking about.
In
the movie entitled Ghostbusters, there were ghosts and they were busted.
And it made them feel good.
Okay. How many times did you actually see a ghost get busted? Twice. You saw fucking Fleabag piece of shit one in the beginning.
They didn't have the...
I know you ain't talking about Slimer that way.
My dog Slimer.
And then you just saw the smoking gun a la B movie for the rest of it, and then you saw like the fucking Stay Puft Marshmallow Man at the end. That's 2 ghosts.
Well, yeah, because they have to. Okay.
If you want to be real technical, 1 ghost and 1 god.
Well, here's the thing, Marshall.
Just God, a ghost.
Ghostbusters
too political.
Ghostbusters 2.
God is at least 1/3 ghosts.
I'm just thinking.
It's like, have you seen Lilo and Stitch the series? You're not gonna watch them get every cousin into their little baller.
That would require 625 episodes.
And they just don't have the budget for that.
I'm just saying. In Lilo and Stitch the series, there was a new alien every episode.
Well, yeah, and there was a ghost in every movie of Ghostbusters.
Okay, I guess. But in how many episodes can you fit in a TV show in a movie? Like
I guess it depends. Like, if it's an HBO drama, 1.5 maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, if it's Lilo and
like
Stitch,
the Lion
you can
King.
fit like 4 or 5 of them in this fucking movie. So that means you need 5 ghosts. And you only see
This is
2
a false
ghosts.
equivalence. Ad hominem, slippery slope.
A third thing.
Straw man.
Ooh, good one. Thank
Straw
you.
man. Say that one. That's a
Straw
good one.
man type argument.
Thanks. I learned about that in college.
You went to college?
No, it's still fun.
The
I'm
martial
just saying,
law runs
like,
deep.
I went to college.
Um,
The martial law goes
Yeah,
crazy.
there
I went
was
to
only-
Harvard, studied Paranormal Activity, the movie.
there's only 65
Just-
episodes of Lilo and Stitch, the series.
That would require at least
That's too much.
like 4.
And then you get to Leroy and Stitch, and then there's the big stadium battle, and you see all the cousins, and there's like, I didn't see that one in the series. It was
remember
off screen.
Ruben, the one what told jokes?
625.
And he was like, "Hey, Lilo, you got a big schnoz, waka waka."
And then she goes, Ruben, and he's like, I have a name.
And then she cops a feel on him, and he's very uncomfortable, but he doesn't want to bring it up because, like, once you bring it up, it's like, yeah, I was fondled by a child. Then people are asking, why were you in position to be fondled by a child? And it's like, I don't know. The child was there and wanted to grab, and I didn't want to like smack him.
So I think the worst part of this conversation is that I was on Marshall's side for a little bit when Jobe started talking about the fondling, and then Marshall goes, grab my balls, and then I just didn't know whose team to be on. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah. Sigourney Weaver's in this.
Oh.
She's pretty cool.
And pretty.
Again, she does like nothing in the movie. She's like, there's a ghost. And Bill Murray's like, I'm going to make a lot of weirdly sexual advances at you, and you're going to be really freaked out by it. See my previous movies for this one. And then she's like, can you leave? And he's like, no, I'm going to stay here. And she's like, no, please leave. This is sexual assault, by the way.
It's not sexual
And then he finally
assault.
does leave.
It's
That
just
is-
trespassing.
It's sexual harassment, and it wasn't invented.
No,
in
it's only
1984.
sexual harassment if the whole time he says, boy, I'd like to cop a feel of those yams. But he doesn't.
And in Sigourney Weaver's defense, in 1984, women didn't have roles that were meant to do anything. It's wrong.
Another
but-
thing.
And
It's Sigourney
another thing,
Weaver.
Rick
I'm just
Moranis,
supposed to
I
go
feel
down
like-
without a fight?
Yeah.
Rick Moranis was heavily underutilized. He was one of my favorite
Yeah.
parts of this movie. Just a little
Yeah,
No,
guy.
I would
really.
agree.
Hey,
Okay.
you want to come hang out in my car?
I know.
There's a fucking bear! Yeah, sounds
We
like
need
so.
a-
I know, doesn't it?
The fact that he's always right there to just bust through the door the second Sigourney Weaver walks by.
He's waiting at the peephole, like,
Absolutely. You're just doing your brownie
Love him at
impression.
his party, and he's like, he's sitting there. He's like, oh yeah, you see that? I only got the generic stuff, $600 for the price of a $300 name brand. Now that's good price. That's just another price tip. But look at this, Pacific Northwest salmon, freshly caught. $25 a pound. Me, $14.67. What can I say?
know.
Hey, let's get these coats off you. And then he's.
I want to know if
It's
so,
fantastic.
I want to know if that's
I
like the normal conversation in the mid '80s, though. Like everybody's just talking about how good of a deal they got.
I think it's just.
It's a normal conversation now. You know,
I
like,
mean,
if I was like,
it's
hey,
just not as
I
common
got a
now,
good
though.
deal on hot dogs. You guys would be like, oh shit, some hot dogs?
I'd probably go with nice.
Don't bring up
Were they Daniels
don't,
or Nathan's?
bring up
I know
hot
that's
dogs
somebody's
to
name.
Joe. He gets a little twitchy about his hot dogs.
Well, that's because of the great hot dog debacle of what was that? 2018.
I think so.
Dude, I wasn't even born.
Or no,
it-
it was in the Freddy apartment, so it would have been at least.
It wasn't at the Freddy Apartments.
Yes, it was.
I thought it was in your dorm.
No, it wasn't.
No. Why the fuck would we have hot dogs in the dorm, Trace?
That's why I always thought it was weird, but that's what I went with.
My favorite thing about the Rick Moranis type character is that he's small and the way he talks just does not allow for any breaks.
Now,
Yeah, it's quit.
we need a woman on the podcast to give our perspective because we have two different strategies to advancement here. Would you rather have the Rick Moranis coming at you or Bill Murray in terms of trying to, for lack of better terms that I refuse to think of, sex you up?
Bill Murray. Are you kidding me? I love
see.
Rick Moranis, but he's a little dweeb.
He really is.
He's the definition of dweeb. Like
Like, just
what's that
the...
movie they did with the fucking goob flubber, right? right?
He was not in Flubber.
That was Robin Williams.
Yeah.
You're thinking of Honey, I
You're
Shrunk
thinking
the
of Honey, I
Kids.
Shrunk the Kids. Or Honey, I Blew Up the
I
Kids.
was thinking of Flubber.
Hey,
though. When I
honey!
said Flubber, I knew what.
You'll never believe what happened!
Picturing.
The kids are small! I mean smaller! They were this, another this!
Like putting you two in the same room, it's not like an additive. It's a multiple kid. But
Yeah. Yeah, get it, Marshall.
Marshall, just come on in here.
Yeah,
come on
it's
in.
fine.
Water's fun. Wow!
We should do a bit. We should get a cardboard cutout of Marshall. So that he could just walk off screen.
It'd be too big, wouldn't fit in your tiny room.
And that's just his
His ass is too big.
Oh wait, my tongue.
So,
yeah.
if you had a choice,
The
Marshall,
dog
would you rather
CGI.
be sexed up by Dan Aykroyd or Harold Ramis?
Harold Ramis.
He was Egon.
Yeah, he's Egon. He's Spangler.
Pretty sure. Dan
Yeah.
Aykroyd gives me the EVPs.
He kind look, no hate to the man because he's a great actor. He might be a good guy. I don't know. He's an actor. But he kind of looks like a pedophile in this.
Stop saying that.
Anywho,
He does, though.
What
dog
part of
CGI.
him looks like a pedophile?
Just the way he
Let me
does.
talk about the dogs.
Fine, go for it. Yeah, I'll give a shit.
Fine.
Fred, do you want in on this conversation? Okay, go ahead, Marshall.
Yeah, I want Freya's opinion. Freya, how does it feel that you were like misrepresented on screen?
Wow, Freya, she doesn't usually pop in.
The dog CGI looked like absolute ass. Maybe back in 1984 when people still saw things in black and white and everything was fuzzy, they were like, hey, this is nice. But now that we got HD in our eyes as per the government regulations, it doesn't look great, you know what I'm saying?
Regulation.
HD is a psyop to make the real world look worse.
That's true.
I mean, first it was what? Blu-ray, fucking, remember they had those like
Yeah,
shitty
Blu-ray
3D
was the
TVs? Everyone was
first.
Like, look, it's Blu-ray was the first. They're like, no, it's like a DVD, but better. And you're like, why is it better?
And then I say, what's a DVD? Because Blu-ray was first.
See, that's my thing. I don't think I've ever owned.
Was it
Blu-ray.
really?
Really?
I don't know.
I know.
No, you just said
like,
Blu-ray was first, and I ran the bit to the ground. to the amusement of no one.
Yeah, that's fair. I remember like some. I think it was like my
Sounded so
Xbox.
sad.
Like, Blu-ray is only allowed to be played on that. Like, you could
no,
like,
it was
special-
PlayStation. PlayStation did that for a while.
Yeah, where it's like
On
it was like, okay, you have to
Xbox,
have
you
a
needed
Blu-ray
a special
device.
drive,
Yeah.
a disc drive.
Yeah, which was like a little silly, but it's like they're the same thing, but they're not. Why are you
Now-
making me pay another $25 for this DVD, but it's just blue?
Well, Marshall, you got to understand that that's how corporate America works. So they got the people
You're
who
telling me
make.
about
We got
corporate
the
America?
people who make. We got the people who make the cheese, and then we got the people
Marshall,
who like the cheese.
Until you get paid more than public servants, you don't get to call yourself corporate America.
Yeah. I need you to go punch Jeff Bezos in the nose.
Punch Jeff Bezos right in his Bez hose.
Yeah, his Bez nose.
If I was Jeff Bezos, I'd get a yacht and call it that.
I'd if I were Jeff Bezos, I'd be scared.
I'd become a full vampire.
Blah blah blah.
If I was Jeff Bezos, I'd be happy because I would have to talk to you two fucks all the time.
I don't know why Marshall's mad today.
That
I
was
don't,
mean, I'm sorry.
but I kind of assume it had something to do with Power Rangers.
Damn it, Cat.
Well, see,
Watching this little ass running.
I'll just say while I was watching Ghostbusters, I checked to see how long it took them to get in the suit and bust the ghost as per what was promised on the movie.
Right.
30 minutes in, and they got her done.
That's true. That's true.
Didn't take an hour like some movies.
They didn't range any powers the last,
Anyway, why bring up old things?
Buddy.
This is a ceremony of the unification of our bloodlines. My daughter and your sultan.
That doesn't make any sense. I hate this bit, but that one doesn't make any sense. I don't have a sultan.
I think for context, because I don't know if we've ever done the bit on air.
No, you keep telling me that you're going to if it comes in organically, but and then it didn't. Still,
But for those listening at home, for the past, what has it been, 2 days, I've been making jokes with an imagined scenario of me selling my hypothetical daughter off to a hypothetical sultan.
you're saying 2 days. This has been going on for at least 4 months.
Has it been that long?
Yes.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Well, I'm glad you two are having your fun over there.
What are you doing,
Talking
Marshall?
about Jobe's inside jokes, because I've never heard about this.
Do I just say it to you? Oops.
This is like when I had that little. Never mind, I can't say it.
No, go ahead.
It's like there was like a Gen Z kid that I used to work with, and he would just like say things, and I'm like, what does that mean? He's like, you don't know what this means? I'm like, no. He's like, well, I only say it with my friends, so this is how. Why don't you know it? And I'm like, you only say it to 2 people, and I'm neither of those 2 people. How would I know what this specific thing means? That's what Jobe's doing right now. He's being a silly goose.
Well, I mean, how differently do you act within groups of friends? Like, would you act differently with Tomei and Bobble than you would with me and Jobe?
No.
That makes sense.
Nah, he definitely has kissed those 2 more than he's kissed us.
Well, Marshall and I have never kissed.
Never.
No, I don't think so. You've kissed Marshall at least
Yeah,
once.
because it'd be
Have I?
pedophilia, because Trace is like 40.
Yeah, but you're of legal kissing age though.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Hey
For a
guys.
few days now.
I feel like what is the black guy? I can't think of his name. He was
Ernie
also,
Hudson.
Eddie
Ernie was like barely in this movie. He shows up,
Ernie!
gets a job, and just like talks about like the Bible for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, but he
He's
has,
"Man,
like-
I love this city.
He has one of the 3 best lines in the movie, which is, Ray, if someone asks if you're a god,
That
you
one's-
say yes.
That one's good, but it's not the best line of the movie.
What is?
It's
Well, that's
when
why he
they're
said one of the 3.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm agreeing but disagreeing. It's when they're talking to the mayor, and Ray goes, "Well, we had it all handled until Dickless over here showed up, and this and then that, the other thing." And he's like, "Mayor, they blew up the city." And the mayor turns to Bill Murray and goes, "Is this true?" And he's like, "Yes, Mayor. This man has no dick."
That's pretty good.
It's the best line.
Pretty good.
That's the one that got me to outwardly chuckle because I forgot that one was in there.
How could you forget that line?
I haven't seen this movie in a long fucking time.
It's true. This man
I know,
has
it's been
no
a
dick.
while. It has been a
Yeah.
while.
It's
I'm trying
weird
to
how
think
he
of a
always
good
looks
line
old.
So I can be as cool as you.
Yeah,
guys.
go for it.
What's he doing?
He's trying to think of a line so he can be as cool as us. While you think of that, it's weird how Bill Murray just constantly looks old.
Yes, Marshall.
I
Go
got
ahead.
one line. Ready?
Go ahead,
It's not
bud.
from Ghostbusters, but it's still pretty good. You like jazz?
How long have we been recording? Is now a good time to kick into the Capri Sun break?
So I like when they bust ghosts.
I
guess that's what
I like
I'm at.
Janine. Her voice is kind of
Okay.
annoying, but I'd hit that nasty.
Oh my God.
I have to say this because I feel like we need to talk about it. The Stay
Yeah,
Puft
yeah, yeah.
Marshmallow Man is an iconic piece
Yes.
of
Love
like,
him.
the movie, right? Like,
Yeah.
Like it's just so good because you're like, oh, what is the huge? I mean, if you've never seen the movie before, and you're like, what's this huge demon gonna be? What's the big
not gonna pop up
monster?
as-
And you just turn the corner and
What?
it's fucking
All right, cool.
the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I think my cat's taking a massive shit somewhere.
I can hear it.
Right? No, it's my ice machine in my fridge.
My cat sounds like my ice machine.
Oh no! I put
yeah.
ice in the litter box and cat shit in the ice box.
I'm gonna get some
Well, yeah,
ice for my
Stay
drink.
Puft
I think
Marshmallow
we should
Man.
chill.
It's like Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is just iconic. It's great. You love to see it. The effects well done. What the fuck are we doing here, boys?
I'm sorry. For some reason, in the new hypothetical scenario of you getting your cat's shit ice cubes from your freezer, Mr. Freeze is also there saying, I think you should chill. And that's just bizarre to me. Why is Arnie at your house?
Oh, Bernie.
I'm sorry, I heard a dunk and then your cat.
About Zol/Gozer, the Dozer. I think the Gozer was like kind of good. It was kind of cool to see a little fucking freaky ass dude that was just like, "Hey yo, I'm a god," and he's like, "Shit, I guess," you know what I'm saying? And they just do a little backflip and then go.
Sorry.
I fucking love this part of the fucking podcast.
So that's not.
I
was doing something because I wanted.
Marshall,
there's Discord notifications popping off. I had to muted servers.
Marshall,
doing it.
Think about what you did to Trace last week.
Yeah, ad hominem.
I too
What
like.
you did to me on Power Rangers?
Et tu, Brute?
What are you talking about? We did nothing on Power Rangers but share our opinion.
I did nothing but tell the truth.
Yeah.
Look at him. Look around.
Let's keep this rolling. Let's never not talk about Power Rangers. From now on, we're just a Power Rangers podcast, and we just compare it to movies.
I don't know how many times we've done that where we've said we're now going to be an X.
But think about it. Every week we go, was this movie better than Power Rangers? And I say no.
Now that's not a bad scale. At least we have some level of consistency.
Consistent.
Yeah.
Consistent?
Yeah.
He was dancing on me.
Because if we don't like Power Rangers, and Power Rangers is here, but then we watch a movie and it's here, we still have this consistent level of,
that's how
it's not as good as Power Rangers, or it's better than
That's
Power
how our
Rangers.
numerical scale should work. You should look back on what you gave 6s and 7s to.
Yeah, well,
base your
okay,
score
but
on
here's
that.
the thing. I would, however, sometimes Marshall makes me feel sad.
You're letting your emotions cloud your judgment.
Yeah. Welcome to America.
Marshall,
What?
what's your favorite Star Wars movie?
I'm not gonna answer you.
What were you
What?
saying?
I don't know, man.
He just
I was
like
kinda talking about
Gozer.
the movie.
Anyway.
Yeah, man, Gozer. How many times have you seen a movie with a dude named Gozer in it? Huh? One.
I'm trying to actually remember.
The Gozerians are a pretty prevalent...
You've never seen a movie with the name Gozer in it.
I'm not saying for certain that I have, but Ouija has a few names tossed in there that might be. And now he's doing it again.
We should keep a tally of how many times he hits the gritty.
I get $1 for every time he does it. He's gonna pay for my flight.
To make a point, and Trace goes, no, actually, if you think about it, there could possibly be something out there with the name of Gozer.
I'm gonna take a second to disagree with you though.
I've never seen it, cannot confirm, because I'm too busy here going.
Okay, so I'm gonna disagree with you though, because you weren't making a point. You were asking a question.
There's a lot
and I was answering.
There's a lot of tension in the Brick Shithouse Studios today.
Not enough nine-shin.
Brick shit out. It's Fraud Corp.
Whoa. There's a lot of fighting going on.
Because he comes up with these bits, and then out of nowhere, he'll just not signal to us that the previous bit's done and just start a new bit. Right? We've had this bit that our overarching studio producing is Fraud Corp, and out of nowhere we get Brick Shithouse Studios.
But that's not a bit though. That's
Brick
just
Shithouse Studios.
No, Frog Corp's not a bit though. That actually exists.
What?
It's
No.
stupid.
Frog Corp is the production company.
Yeah.
Brick Shithouse Studios is where we record and perform.
Yeah.
We're in two different spots.
You didn't have to tell them that.
Yeah, now you've doxed us. Because now they know if they find one of us, there's one other place they have to find.
They know now that if they find one of us, they won't find the other.
Who's they?
I don't know, but I'm fucking scared of them.
Found Jobe and Trace. I know Marshall's not here.
Marshall's location is P. Sherman, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney, Africa.
Do you think there's a Sydney, Africa?
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
There is a Sydney, Australia.
what do we all
Come
think
up
of
with
the
a good
ghost?
point about the movie. Nope.
You're saying you're going to, or you're asking us to?
I was hoping you were, but then Jobe sounded like he was going to say something
Oh.
intelligent, and I feel bad because I cut him off. It was going to be his one like good point of the whole day.
Go ahead, Joe.
I hate to disappoint, but I was gonna say, what did we think of the ghost blowjob scene? That was wacky, huh? Whole new set, whole new costume just for a blowjob.
Kind of gives me
An erection, yeah, I've noticed.
I was gonna say Invisible Man with what's his nuts?
HG.
No, Hollow Man. Sorry.
Ocean Man. I think it was unnecessary and not needed. I was gonna think I thought Joe was gonna say, "What do you think of the Ghostbusters theme song?" And I'm like,
Oh,
"That's
success.
also iconic." Because
We all know
who you gonna
that.
call? Everyone's gonna say
You have to
Ghostbusters,
answer
right?
because,
I mean,
like, how else are you gonna
you
get that
have to.
information
It's
out
like
there?
Red Rock.
Yum. It's like
Yeah,
saying
man,
Chris
Red Rock is
Angel,
a
Mind
bullet
Freak.
there. You have to say Mind Freak.
It's, I've never heard it
I was
out.
walking around the house. I was walking around the house. Nobody was here. I mean, my cat was here, but he was mad chilling. And I'm just like, I wonder if it works. And I said Chris Angel, and then like there was a higher power that called to me and said, "You must say it." And I go, "Mind Freak." It's just you have to say it.
It's important. It's
I
one of
always
those
feel like I hear
Movie,
mind
you have
fuck
to say
more.
movie. I do say mind fuck because it's fun to say.
Mindfuck is good. So there's the scene
There's gotta
where
be other ones that I'm thinking.
So there's the scene where Sigourney Weaver is being pulled into the next dimension, and she has all the hands on her. Do you think those are people like?
Yeah.
Because one of them
Definitely copping a feel.
yeah spends a long time groping her throughout the entire scene. Which again, I know it's the
feel
'80s,
like
and that's
it's Sigourney Weaver
okay.
and she
But
doesn't.
well, I mean, yeah, she's probably
Sigourney
been
Weaver
she's been through
doesn't care
Alien
about that.
already, so she's been done
Wasn't
in
it
enough.
Alien the one that she's like, "No, I gotta have Bush. You don't understand." Or am
George,
or is that
yeah.
the wrong one?
Probably. I don't remember.
I remember when she gets
fuck
out
is
of her
George?
spacesuit and then
George
you just
Bush.
hear her. Yeah, you just hear, I'm talking no surrender until we get.
Does it make you feel better if we bring Jeb in instead?
Oops, all Jeb.
I'm Jeb Bush.
Did you know Jeb isn't even his first name?
Is it Jebediah?
No,
Fuck.
it's John. It's like John Ingle Bush. Jeb is just his initials.
So people saying Jeb Bush is just saying Jeb Bush Bush.
It's like when you say ATM machine.
Oh, yep, it's true. Oh my god. Do you
I've
think
never
that's where we
once
get it?
said An ATM machine besides just then.
I've heard ATM machine quite a few times in my life.
But this guy, he's a big banker.
I do work in banking.
Man, I tell you,
The banking
when
clan.
the class riots start,
Banking clan.
Marshall, since you brought up Star Wars,
Nope. Finish the thought. No. Finish
Which
the thought
thought?
on the class riots. Or class war, whatever you say.
make sure to get Trace, because he works for the banks and is therefore
Oh.
your enemy.
Yeah,
That's
Trace
okay, I'll
works
give you
for
money.
the man himself.
I'll give you money.
Wait,
He skims off the top of your bank account. If you shop at 42
I
Wallaby
watch
Way,
this man
Sydney,
use
Zealand.
a $100 bill to roll up a cigar, smoked half of it, and then threw the rest into a small child's eye.
Christ.
and then he punched the kid in the fucking head.
Hey guys, it's Trace. I just wanted to come out with these allegations against me and
Cutting this
say
part out.
it's true. I'm a man and I do things.
While we deal with the ramifications of that, I think now's a perfect time to get a refreshing treat in our mouths. And
I'm gonna cut it, so it's gonna be Trace saying, "Hey guys, everything is great. I am a man."
I am a man.
You know what? It's gonna make the video look a little wonky, but I like it.
We'll be right back. Don't touch yourself till we return. For me, there's no such thing as too much bush. Oh, welcome back. Didn't see you there.
Hi. I'm also privy to the bit that we're doing.
Guys,
This is our guest star, Marshall.
And he's got something to say.
It was hard not to say his last name.
I got something to say. I told them I was gonna apologize, and I'm not. Fuck you guys for Power Rangers. I'm still thinking about that every other day. Fuck you.
Great. Now let's
believe this.
Gozer.
Can you?
I thought you were being
Would.
sincere. I thought we were gonna bury the old hatchet.
About to bury a hatchet into your fucking skull.
Chris has one on his chest.
It's true,
Shout out
actually.
the book.
Yo, shout out the book Hatchet. Another thing that I feel like comes up more often than on most podcasts. We should do a
I
special.
don't think I've ever mentioned Hatchet ever in my life.
That's not true.
That is
absolutely
false.
It's been within the last
time
month.
Okay.
I'm not gonna give you a date.
Because you're married.
Because I mentioned it
Like
a lot
last
in
2
middle
months.
school. Because I brought up Hatchet. I read that shit like 4 times, and they're like, "Hey, you got to read it another time for English class." And I said, "Don't worry, I got it covered." Read it another like 3 times. I fucking loved Hatchet. This kid's amazing. Yeah.
Who wins? Hatchet Boy or Ender's Game Boy?
Oh, okay.
So you mean the teenager in the woods by himself?
Yeah.
Or the acoustic psychopath in the stars with sci-fi?
Okay, but like
I'm gonna go with the acoustic boy.
I mean,
but they're both like they both get stranded on a deserted island.
Ender. It's still Ender.
He killed Rico from Hannah Montana with nothing but soap and a towel.
Yeah, and he did some horrible things with Ben Kingsley in the other bathroom. Based on the roleplay you two did in that one
I
episode.
feel like we're getting a little off topic. What we were here to talk about is the amount of hair that was on Sigourney Weaver's head was quite outstanding.
It was a lot of hair.
If you were in the 80s and you looked like that, you guys need to have some serious fucking talks to yourself about like what kind of shit you guys were going through, because that's not the sign of a healthy civilization.
I'll tell you, it's a sign of healthy civilization.
Gooner, so
speaking of gooning, dude, all I'm saying is when she dipped Rick Moranis and planted a big wet one on him, I was out there punching drywall, just being like, "It should have been me."
I would give anything to be Rick Moranis.
When it's just like in her apartment and she's just chilling in the chair.
Oh yeah.
And like the walls are blown out. And she's just like,
I'm
like, man, they really do have to fucking say, Sigourney, pop
I'm
off
the
real quick, would ya?
gatekeeper.
Oh yeah.
I love
what's
Rick Moranis running through Manhattan, just going, "Are you the gatekeeper? Okay, bye now."
I know Sigourney's all like, "Are you the key master? Fuck me, Bill Murray." And he's like, "Well, I mean, they'll put your dick in crazy, but what about if you want to?" Heyo. And Rick Moranis is like, "Are you? Who are you?"
He doesn't sound like that. He doesn't do any of this.
I think Rick Moranis would make a great war boy. Imagine him on top of a fucking war rig.
I just pictured him driving. It's like, holy shit, this weather's crazy.
I feel like she has a huge personality
she's
change.
Like 2 feet tall.
Yeah.
Rats along his back.
Yeah. Marshall got really upset for some
What's
reason.
going on? I'm confused.
What's happening
You're the one who were talking.
between us? Things have been weird ever since, the procedure.
Are you okay?
I don't want to bring it up, but it's just like, I feel like there's been a personality change after, your procedure.
Everyone shut up. You ever see that one episode of The Twilight Zone where they make fun of this woman for being fuck ugly and then they do surgery on her?
It's called
because
Fugly.
She's fuck ugly. and then they realize that like, oh wait, the entire civilization is just humans with pig heads, and she's ugly because she looks like a normal person, and so they had to put a pig head on her to make her not ugly. Wasn't that a crazy Twilight Zone episode, guys?
I seen Ugly Betty.
Have you seen the one Twilight episode where there's like the guy stopping at a hotel and he's like, "Hey, can I crash here for the night?" And they're like, "Yeah, go on ahead." And and then they're like, "Just whatever you do, don't let the little boy out of the little man out of the cage." And he's like, "Why?" "Oh, that's the devil." And then there's a little man in the cage. He's like, "Let me out. I'll grant you all your wishes." And then he lets him out, and then that's the devil.
Stop it! He's already so volatile.
The devil just like kills everyone in the hotel and is like, "Yeah, I'm back on Earth now." What do they mean by that, huh?
The devil's a freaky little man.
Right? And that's what I'm thinking. Ghostbusters really has no moral to the story besides ghosts are bad and we should bust all over it.
I mean, it's more
The
of a
true
comedy.
evil in the movie is bureaucracy. That's
I
what
think
releases
yeah.
all the ghosts.
That is true, but it's
Do you
also
think they
a
had
comedy
business
though.
insurance?
No, I think
Because
that
they definitely should have paid for everything in that hotel at the beginning, right?
they definitely didn't have any insurance by then.
Maybe they have to sign a waiver for the Ghostbusters come, where it's like all damages are just a result of their work.
Well, they didn't sign it. We saw the whole process. They showed up.
You don't know that.
I think the mayor just kind of waived everything after he saved the lives of millions of registered voters.
It's true.
Millions of registered voters.
Voters.
Okay, I'm gonna say it.
Go ahead.
Do you think the Ghostbusters would beat the shit out of Danny Phantom with a fucking
No.
2x4?
Well, okay, that depends. Do you mean
Not
Danny?
a 2x4, but they would use their photon pack on them.
Do you mean Danny Phantom as like the teenager, or Danny Phantom after he's grown up and lost all of his humanity?
Well, I think
Because he
Okay.
fucking shreds people.
here's how the episode goes.
Yeah.
Trace real quick to the theme song. He's fast. And then episode starts. It goes blam blam blam. And we see young Danny Phantom. He was just 14. And he's at high school with Tucker and Dipshit.
My name is Sam.
I just shit myself, guys.
And then the school's having a presentation, a whole a whole assembly. Ooh, as a special guest. Oh, from Manhattan, it's the Ghostbusters. And then Egon holds up his little radio waver at Danny Phantom, and he goes, I'm getting a weird reading from this boy. I better come. And then he pulls out a 2x4.
He pulls out a gun.
Wait a second.
Come with me, boy.
He's like, weird readings. But it goes through Danny because he's a ghost. And I was like, I knew it.
And then then we kind of fought away from that scene, and then as they're walking away, you see a kid bleeding out in the background.
And for some reason, in your guys' scenario, Dan Aykroyd's lusting over minors in the background.
That's true. He looks like it. I'm sorry.
I know you're supposed to like
Is he dead?
go outside and experience the outdoors, but these fuck ass mosquitoes really get on my fucking nerves. You know
Good
what
old
I'm saying?
fuck ass.
You should just
recently
take
knew about
meth,
that.
because if you get enough meth in your blood, the mosquitoes will leave you alone.
It's kind of wild that
heard
Dan
about
Aykroyd
that.
doesn't look too bad for his age, but Bill Murray's looks old and decrepit.
He looks funny. Leave him
Well,
alone.
Bill Murray's like 99.
He is
He's old as
he is 74.
Damn. You know who looks better than him? Dick Van Dyke, and he's actually like 98.
Well, Bill
Look
Murray
up
probably
Dick Van
smoked
Dyke
more.
right now.
Okay.
Yeah, Dick Van Dyke was doing like yoga and shit. He's about it.
So was I
Um,
until the accident.
So,
let's
in your
see.
opinion,
Janine Fan. What?
nah, I want to hear what
doesn't
you have
look
to
great.
say. That
feel
is
like
a
Janine
corpse.
was a
That is an
great
animated
secretary.
corpse.
I don't know if you'll be able to see it very well with how this looks.
No, I'm not.
It
Look
looks
up a
bad.
I don't
picture.
know what tapping
Look,
was gonna
look up,
fucking
look
do
up
shit.
Dick Van Dyke Rotten Tomatoes. Sorry, I was saying it right, but then Marshall made me
Editing
sad, so
Marshall,
I-
put up a picture of old
Yeah.
Dick Van Dyke right here.
Use the Rotten Tomato. I'll send you the photo later.
Hey, you're gonna ask me to do this, and I'm just not gonna do it.
Hey,
Thanks, Marshall.
As I was saying,
Thanks,
I
buddy.
was saying Janine was an excellent secretary for this comedy movie.
Yeah,
what do you
she
say?
was.
Yeah, she is.
God damn it,
I kind of knew where it was going.
I'm
you know what?
corporate man.
Because all Jobe knows how to do is make stupid sex jokes. When is he
Yeah.
make actual fun comedy?
I don't know.
Well, fine. What should I make comedy about then?
You had a good bit about like a cult leader.
Fuck off. That shit wasn't good.
Nah, maybe Jobe's got a point. Maybe there are no other jokes.
Yeah, Marshall, you make a joke.
She's very progressive. She's the only progressive person in this film.
She likes to read.
The progressive person is
Maybe Egon.
Flo. She's in the commercials.
Flow right.
You laughed, therefore joke, therefore funny.
Well, I'm laughing. What if I was laughing because I was imagining bending Flo over a desk?
Because
wouldn't.
that's
You
funny.
are too far gone, boy.
I'd
We
hit
need to
current
send your
day
ass to the shadow
Annie
realm.
Potts before I hit Flo.
Remember when Yugi just straight up killed people in Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah, we've had this discussion.
Not on the podcast.
Yes, we have.
On the podcast?
Yes, we have. We 100% did.
Name the episode.
I'll have to go back and look at it, but I distinctly remember driving home from work last week and listening to us talk about. Oh, it was American Psychos because Brownie was in it, and we were talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0 and him just fucking killing people.
And Brownie went, "Not my hero!"
He was like, "Yeah, Mind Crush."
So, I think with all the points we've laid out about this movie, it is. I'll give it a 7.
It's alright.
It's not the best movie ever, but it's a classic, and I love it so much. But I'm giving it a 7.
It's got good bits. And it's
Mouthfeel.
got very memorable
Mouthfeel.
bits in it.
Yeah.
we still have
no.
8 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Let's stretch this out, gang.
Yes. Never mind.
It's like that scene from Ratatouille where he like eats it and it like thinks back to his mom making it. It's like that, but not. It's like a Kraft mac and cheese.
It makes me think of when my
it's
dad
not
was
the
a
best mac and
Ghostbuster.
cheese. Not the best mac and cheese, but it is a terrifying color. But it's yummy. You know what I'm saying?
I haven't had mac and cheese in a really long time now that I'm thinking about it. Probably since
What is
we li-
wrong with you?
Probably since we lived together.
You live together now.
Word. We live in a gazebo. It's like a gazebo, but gay.
Guys, I got this huge ass mosquito bite on my leg, and
Yeah.
it's terrifying because I
Dude,
keep scratching it. I know you're not supposed to itch it.
I thought I had a huge ass mosquito bite, but then it turned out to be my balls. So, there.
So Marshall, the real
So
answer to that
funny.
is if you heat up a spoon and press it against it, it should open up the pore enough to release the toxins.
Guys, I have no other option but to put a spoon in the microwave and hope for the best.
Marshall,
I boiled
did
water
you
for
know
mine,
that if
but-
you take a potato peeler and just go at it, soon you'll have bigger problems than a mosquito bite?
If I talked about when I was a kid,
Yeah.
I put a fucking hot dog in the microwave wrapped in tinfoil because I thought it would heat up faster.
No, that's pretty funny.
It sounds familiar, but I don't know if you've.
I feel like I've told y'all before, but it was like a Saturday, and that Friday, our teacher had just brought up to us like the idea of conductors and like metals,
Makes
classic.
sense.
So it'll be like, so it heats up stuff faster, and I'm like, oh, it makes sense. And then it sounds like a fucking nuclear bomb's going off in the microwave, and that's like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, dude, it heats up faster. What you know? about
Stupid
fucking
dad.
Conductors, Greg.
Jobe.
Yes, Jobe Coon.
All right, Marshall, question for you.
What, really?
You have to ask
I
it.
said my name at the beginning, wasn't it? Oh, okay. Knock, knock.
That's not a question, that's a onomatopoeia.
Yeah, who's there is the question. And now you go. And now you go.
Ooh.
Shit.
So,
what was the
Marshall,
question?
if you got shot in the arm and we needed to get it out so you could get stitches, who would you rather dig the bullet out with a knife, me or Trace?
Well, can I ask an
would
add-in
you-
to this question?
Ask Marshall.
If
He's-
you're
you guys put your
if you're
hand
digging at
up.
the
Which I want to see who's Twitch more. I want to say Trace would probably be better. I trust him more than Jobe to pull it out of my body.
here's my added question in there though. If I'm pulling it out, is Jobe doing the sewing? Like,
Yes.
is it because
We've been separated from our platoon. We're behind enemy lines. We got to stitch Marshall up before he bleeds out.
Because I would say that I would probably be best suited at the sewing rather than the digging out. Personally,
I'll do the fucking sewing.
you're gonna do the
took a
sewing.
class on
How
it.
are you gonna do the sewing? It's right here.
do this.
You're not gonna be able to see it.
Nah, I got a mirror. I'll use your fucking shiny ass forehead, Trace, reflected off there. I'm gonna get shot in the back of the arm.
I don't know. Why am I being attacked for no reason? We all
Okay,
have
so
questions.
it wasn't that you got shot per se. It was when you ducked behind cover, the bullet hit, and then a shard ricocheted into your arm.
And now I'm gonna just like get the knife in there, and I'm gonna go, "Oh, sorry, Marshall, I can't get it out. There's some kind of reflective surface making it too bright
See,
there."
Now, Marshall, keep in mind, if you had made a comment on my shiny ass forehead,
I'd have been all
I
for
wouldn't
it.
take it out on you.
See what happens, Madison. I know you're listening right
Wait,
now, and
so
I
it's
just
a
want to know
piece of the bullet
your
that's
husband's
in my
kind of a
arm?
piece of
Or is
shit.
it like wood?
I don't know why he's so
It's a piece
dumb
of the
and
bullet.
stinky. Oh, there goes my dog.
It should be on top of it if it ricocheted into my arm. There's no way it went in deep, right?
It
It went in pretty
here,
deep.
I need your arm. So this is your arm.
Oh, it's pretty
Here's
deep?
here's the ricochet. It went.
Then let's have Jobe dig it out,
Sorry.
and we'll have Trace sew, and I'll give moral encouragement.
Oh, I'm gonna sew now. I'm sewing.
Well, if it's in the back of my arm, I don't know if I can do it as well.
Oh, you
And
do
you're
it
probably
with
wearing
my
a helmet, so I
reflective
couldn't
too?
see your forehead anyways. Optimus Prime, kick his ass.
No. So my thing is that like
Very
if
naughty
you,
boy recently.
Trace,
I don't like where this is
question
going.
for you. Sigourney Weaver
You know who
or
doesn't-
RC?
You know who doesn't like naughty boys? Trace.
Who?
Santa Claus. You won't be getting any presents this year for
So Sigourney Weaver or who?
RC.
RC.
The Transformer.
Fake fan. For pure compatibility, Sigourney Weaver. For writing, RC 100%, because you can write her in more ways than one.
That's lame.
Because she's a motorcycle.
Is she? I thought she was a car.
It depends
Doesn't
on.
she tell that boy to
well,
get in her?
It depends on the. It depends on the iteration, because they all take on different forms because they can just scan shit. But
Right on,
Because
bro.
they can transform, Trace. And Joe,
Why are you-
Transformers?
he's yelling at me for no reason.
All right.
I've already described what they can do in a
now-
more technical form, and Marshall's just reiterating in simple caveman words.
All right, Marshall. You're the
They're
captain of the.
Transform. That's what they do. It's in the name.
I'm gonna roll out all over your.
Marshall, you're the captain of the HMS Ladybird.
Cool.
Who do you assign as your first mate? Your Trace.
I need you to guys point to which side you think starboard is. Go.
Okay, so we're both
Okay,
pointing to
either
our
one of you.
to
I'll
our
have you-
right. I didn't know if it was
I'll have
mirrored
guys
for
just
you.
Fist fight for it and fucking call it a day.
Okay.
Seems fair.
Yeah.
But
we
with
sword
the
fight? I'm better at
stipulation that whoever, like, if
Through
you lose,
that.
you can still challenge, but like once a week to see if you can get the
That's-
first mate.
fair.
Kind of like in John Carter of Mars, where they're tested and gonna fight each other for the horde.
I believe it's pronounced Sarah Connor of
Nope,
Mars.
not that one. And
is
then I'll say who would pledge their metal to mine, and then half the crew would raise up their swords.
And I'll say this Earth gravity really makes me have the
And
shits.
then jumps 33 feet in the
I'll
air.
say, come
And I
on,
go,
boys.
wow.
We have to get another 24 crabs to meet our quota this day.
Oh, we're on a
Deadliest
crab
Catch. Yeah, we're
Wait.
on Deadliest Catch.
Cool. On a galleon?
That's pretty badass. Are we just
That's
launching
pretty
cannons into schools of fish that
That's a
we see?
big one. Fire cannon!
Torpedoes! It skewers the fish and it's like this.
Jesus. Just fucking obliterates a crab shell.
You just hear from a bad. You hear harpoons. You all just start fucking yucking harpoons at crabs like 2,000 bajillion feet below.
Our ship sinks because the crabs got underneath and just went.
It's fucking. What is that from? The third Pirates of the Caribbean movie where there's like riding the crabs.
Which, stay tuned for that, listener.
Yeah,
if you want to hear us barely talk about that movie too.
Nah, that one I think we'll have more to talk about.
Maybe it is hard to talk about Ghostbusters. It's classic. It's good. Go watch it. Go fuck yourself.
Do all those things.
Who's picking next week? Oh fuck, it's me.
Yeah, and I don't think you. And because you don't plan ahead.
Wait, I know a movie I'm picking.
Oh, okay, never mind. He planned
All
ahead.
right. Okay. So just to reiterate, 7 out of 10. Now you go.
Who's next?
He pointed at you. You just weren't paying attention because you don't like us anymore. I think you're still.
I think you're breaking up with us very softly.
Yeah. It's weird because he was more in the episode. He was more upset with you about Power Rangers, but he's been lashing out at me more.
Well, that's because you're an easy target.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm big and strong.
Fuck it. I'm giving it a 7.3. Yeah.
I wanna stay just ahead of Marshall. I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
Not much discourse this week.
Just yeah, I think I would say that.
Just as good as Cuphead.
I did. I liked Cobweb quite a bit, and I also liked Ghostbusters quite a bit. But I would say in their respective fields, they're not my favorite. All right, I guess we're just.
My pick next week.
Quick question, actually, Marshall. Before you get into that, did you want to get a bulldozer for Christmas this year?
I don't get it.
Because he keeps bulldozing over me.
That was cringe.
I'm gonna fight Marshall.
My pick next week is gonna be
it's
Beetlejuice Junior, the first one.
Okay.
Go ahead, watch it.
Beetlejuice Junior. You know, the one before Beetlejuice 2.
And
yeah, Beetlejuice 1.
Good choice, Marshall.
I like that movie.
Where the fuck can they find us?
If you were to just like give a quick spiel about where they would find us.
Don't do it.
Yeah. So if you were to go look,
like where
you want to look up at Film Bluffs Pod on YouTube and Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, anywhere you find your fucking podcasts. We're Film Bluffs. We have a great time. We loved having you here, Jabronocrons. Stay tuned next week for Beetlejuice, and then we'll have Trace do his movie to round it out for a spooky month.
I'll have to think of what I want to do. Maybe I'll do it like a consensus for all three of us, because then it's not just like I get 2 for October. Maybe we'll all come together and do one.
Or we get a special guest.
Oh, we could. We should do that. Let's talk to him about it. I think we could bring in Madison if she's down.
Our lovely editor.
Scary movies are scary, guys. Like, god damn it!
It doesn't have to be a scary movie. We could just do a Halloween movie. It doesn't have to be a scary movie. It's October. It could
like
be
Ernest Scared Stupid,
or like Halloween Town. Because Joe's never seen it.
I feel like Marshall would get scared of Ernest Scared Stupid. Probably. That troll is fucking freaky.
Satu is scary.
No, it's not.
Satu. I think I'm liking this format because it kind of looks like Jobe and I are interviewing Marshall.
Yeah, thank you so much for calling in, Marshall.
Next call.
Ask me a question about men's health or something like that.
How do you combat your ED?
Pop your dick knuckle every day. Bye.